Am I the asshole for refusing to help with my stepfather's treatment? Trigger warning: abuse. To give a bit of context, I'm a 20-year-old man who grew up and lived with my stepfather. He has diabetes, which has recently got worse and needs treatment that my mom can't afford on her own because neither of them has health insurance. She has asked me to contribute money, but I refuse to pay a single cent. I have an older brother and two younger half brothers. My stepfather was extremely abusive towards us throughout my childhood and teenage years, especially towards me and my older brother. But even so, in some ways, he looked after us. He let us live in his house, bought food when mom was consumed by her addictions and had no money, and sometimes even picked us up from school. But on the other hand, I also remember very clearly the abuse and mistreatment over such trivial things. I remember how he humiliated my mom when she couldn't pay him back the money he had spent on food for us. And above all, what affected me most was those nights when my siblings and I, the four of us sharing a single room, would hear adult things going on in the room next door. I suppose that if it weren't for him, we would be living on the streets. Even so, I think of all those times he kicked me out of the house because he was angry with me and I had to spend a couple of nights on the street. The thing is, he wasn't a monster all the time. He treated me kindly at times. As I mentioned, his diabetes has recently got worse and my mom needs money. I come from a poor family and my older brother is also an addict who hardly ever works and my other two siblings are very young. My stepfather stopped working formally about 3 years ago because my eldest brother, my mom, and I had to cover the living costs while living in this house. I don't live there anymore. I left home 2 years ago to go to university. I study in the mornings and work in the afternoons. I don't have much money, but my mom says that even a small amount would help because I'm the only one who can afford to contribute. I know I'm an idiot. I should be grateful for everything he did for me, because my mom tells me that all the time. But the truth is, I just can't. I'm a pessimist who only focuses on the bad, but I can't help seeing all those childhood memories that make it impossible for me to invest money in that man. I have never met a man more violent or who instilled as much fear in me as he did. But I think that if it weren't for him, I would be an addict like my mom and my brother, and probably wouldn't have gone to university if he hadn't given me such a strong reason to leave home. I'm not his biological son, and yet he let me live in his house. I know he needs my money, and yet I can't bring myself to give it to him. It makes me really angry, and I'm sick to think of spending the money I work so hard to earn on him.